Have you ever tried to get someone to change their mind or behavior, only to have them dig in even deeper? That's exactly what happened with a pawnbroker who was trying to get his son to practice Buddhism. Apparently, the pawnbroker didn't want to bother with any spiritual stuff, so he claimed he was too busy with his bookkeeping. But what the pawnbroker's son really wanted was for his father to give up his materialistic ways and find some inner peace through Buddhism. So, the pawnbroker's son went to see a famous Zen master named Hakwin and told him about his problem. Hakwin knew the pawnbroker all too well. He was a bit of a miser who only wanted to avoid any kind of spiritual growth. Hakwin came up with an interesting solution. He told the pawnbroker's son that if he did a certain number of prayers and chants every day, Hakwin would pay for them out of business as if they were goods being sold. The pawnbroker was more than happy to make some extra cash, even though it meant shutting his son up. For 6 days, everything worked out perfectly. The pawnbroker would bring his daily bills to Hakwin, and the Zen master would pay him. But on the 7th day, something unexpected happened. The pawnbroker got so caught up in the chanting that he forgot how many prayers he had done, and suddenly he didn't need to be paid anymore. Over time, this became a regular thing for the pawnbroker. Whenever he practiced his daily chants, he would feel better and not need money from Hakwin. In fact, he started giving back generously to the Zen master's temple. What can we learn from this story? When people are being rigid or resistant to change, it's often because they're afraid of losing control or feeling uncertain about what might happen next. If we try to push them hard enough to change their minds, all we're really doing is giving them something to rebel against even more. The problem is that if you agree with someone's resistance too much, they'll likely turn it around and resist again, often in the opposite direction. This is basically reverse psychology at work.